Oklahoma City Thunder at 12 and 14, but just 2 games in the loss column out of the 4th spot of the union trip for the Thunder, because on Saturday, after a stop in Philly on ESPN,
that and continue to try to work these pieces together.
Here's Anthony from outside, a great start, a 3-ball
matchup with Paul George, and I think positionally he's a solid defender.
Turner showing the range.
So he's going to have to guard that perimeter jump shot.
Abrinas a good look, and George made that happen less than a year ago, taking about 4 fewer shots than a year ago. Good pass here, and Adams with the stuff.
Basketball. One thing we asked Billy is he suffering any ill effects of that knee situation as Collison gets another jumper?
We're all all-star players, and it didn't happen the way they thought it would. Turner again, his second 3-ball. Misfires there. And nobody picks up Collison, and he makes him pay.
Years of Oladipo's career, that was very up and down.
Former number 2 pick who came off the bench some in Orlando.
Identify a style, and that's why Oladipo's been so incredible.
Another lapse defensively, and Thad Young gets free underneath. Not only played, but practiced and trained, and had a big impact on Oladipo, and Victor admitted as much today as he hits a 3. Thunder has 6 baskets and 5 turnovers so far. That pass a little low, but Adams able to corral it and stuff it. 2 years with Indiana with Paul George in 2011-2012 before moving on. What a block by Turner, the NBA leader in blocks on Melo. And Stevenson behind the back to Collison. Can't get the 3.
Everything has to be on the table, right? Look at Dwayne Wade coming off the bench in Cleveland and how successful that is. I know Carmelo's been resistant to that, but he's...
5 seconds to go in the quarter. Stevenson for 3. It's good!
Of course, a long, successful playing career, pro.
The lob to Grant from Felton. Familiar with Nate McMillan, not just from last year as head coach, but being an assistant for 3 years. Felton, another lob, this one to Hustis, the 3rd-year pro out of Hall of Famer, Arvydas Sabonis. The 11th pick in 2016 by Orlando, actually. And another basket. This is the second group with the entire 5-man unit. Then they're going to bring Paul George back into the next dead ball to work with some of these guys. Here's TJ Lee from outside bad. And yes, did he communicate well enough to let his intentions be known? No, he did not. But was it done maliciously? I definitely could have handled better upon my departure. Stevenson faking the pass and handing it off. And there's Sabonis with the follow.
That's been a familiar refrain with us. He struggled out there.
Sabonis got deep, flips it up and in. And you see the talent there. Had a career high in 3-point shooting. He's leading the NBA in steals. He's still averaging over 20 points per game as Abrinas connects on a triple. Collison is the Pacer leader in scoring with 10. Collison, excellent look that time, and it goes for Bogdanović.
He doesn't make the first pass, sees the other side of the floor, and creates an easy one.
Great look by Westbrook. Point Pacer lead, the Thunder 3-10 on the road. They've had some losses to poor teams as Westbrook again with the alley-oop. Westbrook attacks, swatted away by Turner. Adams is there and throws it down. Or off alley-oop passes from Westbrook.
On this team, you need somebody you don't have to run plays for.
Oladipo, beautiful finish. Anthony with his hands up calling for the ball. Instead, it ends up in the hands of Abrinas, who misses badly. Now Anthony gets his chance, and he drills a 3. Timer's at 2. Anthony has to let it fly. How about Adams? Did he beat the shot clock? Not only Thunder by 4 on the road. Bogdanović catch and pass, and that was a tough grab for Young, but he somehow
came over the top of his shoulder, still able to catch it and finish it.
Here's George for 3, and George knocks down his first double. This would be his 9th. Turner takes it right at George, and a tip by Young.
He helped them to a 6-point edge and second chance points, but he's worked hard to try to develop those skills around the bucket, to touch with the jump hooks.
Saves it for Collison. Bogdanović from the corner, nails a 3. George spinning, way off, he's 2 for 9. Oladipo quickly ahead, Bogdanović with the dunk. now by Indiana, all by Bogdanovich, and they're outscoring the Thunder in the quarter 11-2. Cassidy started the second half talking about their struggles in the Flea, and he's having a career year. Collison thought about the deep three-point try, instead puts it on the deck over Adams. It's good for Collison, who's got 14.
Well, I just have loved this game. It would have been easy to take that first shot opportunity for Collison.
Westbrook to the rim. He has scored 30 or more in 3 of his last 4 games. Turner drives to the rim and stuffs it through. Great look by Westbrook with the left hand. Adams couldn't finish but got it back. Here's Abrinas for 3 on the money. And there goes Westbrook in transition where he's deadly. Finds the open man. George pays it off with a 3. Every criticism he's taken head on.
Did the same thing as Lance gets a nice move to the bucket and a much.
Now they got a 3-on-2. Westbrook can't finish, but there's Adams again and puts it back in.
Consistently played with a level of desperation tonight. It's been Steven Adams.
12 rebounds, many of those on the offensive end as Sabonis gets the easy 2. Adams sets the hard screen that frees up Westbrook, who drills a triple.
Oh, but I thought it would have been on the defense.
9 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds for Westbrook. Oladipo, great step-through move.
Job of taking care of the ball. They're trapping our pick and rolls. We got to get that ball out of there and get it to the weak side.
Thanks, Coach. Dave Doris, back to you.
This group, can they get it?
29th in the NBA in bench points. That's big. Patrick Patterson's with the Spurs and won a title. Belt's pass knocked away, but it ends up in the hands of Ferguson. And Terrence Ferguson, certainly in the final series, not good. You agree with that? Or are you starting to buy in a little bit more as Joseph hits it through?
Nicely done by Turner.
And here's Sabonis. They'll play him some with Turner at the same time. And Sabonis gets the foul. He struggled, but he's had a great second season after the trade, part of the George deal. Felton in the lane scores.
Nice.
Westbrook's pass stolen away by Young. And now Oladipo gives it up to Stevenson. Goaltending is Houston.
8 games coming from behind in this homestand. Patterson in the corner.
Another steal. Turnover and a steal. It's a live one.
Abrinas to give OKC a double figure.
But they've had a hard time getting into their offense, Chris.
9-2 run, 19-9 overall as Oladipo up and under.
Just touched it. They're running out of gas. The boo's not as loud as they were in the first half. Bogdanovich from the corner on target with a 3.
Free throw line.
But again, they've attempted 18 more. Here's Oladipo. Fake the pass and puts it in at the city.
That's exactly right. It's been an issue all year. Going back to old habits.
Oladipo gets to the rim. It's a 2-point game. 45 seconds to go. Pacers can tie it. Young crashes into Houston's offensive foul on Thaddeus Young.
Boy.
Timers at 8. Westbrook. Abrinas with 5. Abrinas driving, puts it up. Westbrook corrals. The tip goes by Abrinas before the shot clock expires. 15.3 on the clock. Pacers down 3. Adams almost broke that one up. Young tracking down the loose ball, turns it over. And Paul George, later, led the Pacers to 2 Eastern Conference Finals. Oladipo for 3. And out of bounds on Saturday. 100-95, and Paul George's return to Indianapolis for the first time as a visitor.